Hello everybody, the Auto Crafter has officially been added to Minecraft. It came very quickly, so let's go ahead and get right into it so we can discuss all the cool things about it. First, I want to explain to you guys how in the world you get the Auto Crafter, because it's not exactly obvious to most people. So, first you need to download Minecraft Snapshot 23w42a, or get on the Minecraft beta if you're on Bedrock Edition. On Minecraft Java, it's through the launcher. All you gotta do is go to the latest snapshot, 23w42a. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to single player. Then you're gonna go to create new world. Then you're gonna go to more, experiments, update 1.21. You're gonna flick this one on, along with any of the other things you might want to do, like trade rebalancing or bundles. These are all things that are currently being tested by Mojang and are in the experimental phase. Once you turn on that data pack, what you're going to do is you're going to go to game, and you can continue from here. I quickly want to explain the naming scheme for the snapshots. So, 23w42a. What in the world does that mean? Is it just random text and numbers? Well, no. So, 23 just means 2023, so year 23. W stands for week. 42 stands for the number of weeks, and then A stands for the snapshot of that week. A is the first snapshot, B is the second, C is the third. Very rarely do you have more than one snapshot a week, but there are the occasional extra snapshots dotted around, and so you get B's and C's sometimes. So, if you put it all together, it's 2023, week 42, snapshot 1. So first things first, you might be wondering, how in the world does this thing even work? So, I'm going to quickly show you guys just how it loads and all of that stuff. So, first, let's just drop some iron in this hopper just so you guys can see how exactly it likes to load. So we'll drop a couple stacks in there. So as you can see, it fills in slot by slot, then it goes into the next layer. So, it fills in the 9 slots, then it goes back through and does it again. So now we're on layer 4, and then it'll go on to layer 5, and so on and so forth. This will eventually craft an iron block when it is provided a redstone pulse. So there are several ways you could do this with, let's say, a button. So in this case, if I just were to put down a button, it would spit out into this way because of where I put the output. So it'll just spit right back out into the block. Now, I don't like where I put the output, so I'm actually going to put it facing this way instead. As you can see, it will now spit out at me. There are other ways to do this as well, so if you would rather, you could... Let's extend this pulse a little bit more. Alternatively, you could just put that there, and it'll spit out blocks endlessly. Except for the fact that it does eventually run out, and yeah, it'll eventually start crafting iron bars because I don't have this pulse set up properly. There are better ways to do this, though, which I'll show you a little bit later in the video. Comparator outputs is a big one. Let's go see what other cool things you can do with this. Okay, I finished one of the many uses you could use the Auto Crafter for. Let's say you have a sugarcane farm here and you want it to make all the paper you could ever want. So as you can see, basic sugarcane farm, not even really the most efficient, but I wanted to show you guys something here. So all I have is the hopper lines running into the Auto Crafter. Then the Auto Crafter has an output into the hoppers. And as you can see, it has crafted me some paper, but also a little bit of sugar. That is one thing that you're going to have to get past a little bit with this problem is you might have to do some hopper locking and unlocking based on how many items are in there. Or alternatively, using hopper minecart loading would probably be your best bet. Anyway, as you can see down here, the reason I have it mostly making paper is due to the clock I have here. It's not the best clock. Again, there are way better clocks you can make, but this is just an idea to get your creativity flowing a little bit on how you could use this block. Now, let's just say for some reason that, you were holding back a lot of sugar cane and all harvests at once, whatever, Your Auto Crafter is going to be doing some work here. As you can see, it's just crafting away. It does its thing. And if you didn't want the output chest, if you break those, it will just spit it out right into you. So, Definitely, there's some great things to be done here, and I'm excited to see how people continue to use this block. But this is just one of the ways I found with it. You could then turn this into a auto rocket farm, so you can make all your firework rockets by hooking up a creeper farm to it as well. The possibilities with this block are almost endless. One small little thing that I forgot to mention is I did toggle off these slots just so that I could guarantee that it did put it in the right order and didn't get all messed up. I didn't know this, I was just goofing around, and I found out that you can also place it on its side. So it looks like you can place it any direction that you would like. Let me see if I can place it upside down as well. You totally can. Okay, so that controls where your output will be. That's actually really, really helpful. A lot of people were worried about this block feeling modded, but honestly, the more I'm using it, the more I feel like this should have been in the game for a very long time. It feels very, very good to use. The comparator can also take an output signal from the crafter. So as you can see, I have 9 redstone lamps here just to show you how far it can go. So let's just put some redstone dust in here. It's based on each slot. So as you can see, I put 1 in there, 1 goes off. But if I put 2 in there, another one doesn't. But what if I told you that I moved that over here? It does. So as you can see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And just to show you guys, it does not go to a 10th. But this is a great way to kind of help tell it when to trigger. So if you need all 9 slots available, and you want it to wait till that's all done filling, all you gotta do is make sure that there's a signal 9 away, right out here. Then you can take this and feed it all the way back around to another signal. So in this case, what we'll do is so now what it's gonna do is it's only ever going to take out the block when it can craft a redstone block. So let's just hook up a hopper to it, and let's just toss in some redstone, shall we? So as you can see, it's getting stronger, it spits out a block. And it'll just keep doing this until it's out of redstone. It'll never craft anything else, mostly because it can't craft anything else because I didn't give it any other ingredients. But as you can see, this is one of the great ways you could use it. If you really wanted to use it some other ways, I know there's lots of fancy ways you could make it work with hoppers, locking and unlocking and all that cool stuff. However, I am not that advanced with redstone to be able to tell you guys how that works. Okay, so I wanted to create a torch crafter, and I didn't know how to do that, so I discovered that you can use droppers to actually input the blocks. So let me just show you guys how I did it here. In this case, all I did was I made sure that the redstone was in the top, because this one will go off first. I have the timings a little bit shorter. So this one will go in a tick before this one. And then I just needed some sticks, and we put some sticks in the bottom one. What I had here wasn't actually necessary, so I ended up just disconnecting it entirely. Because what's happening here is this one's actually hard powering the block, so it will spit out the redstone torch as soon as it's crafted. So, as you can see right here, well, maybe not. Oh, it's this. Okay. There we go. So as you can see, it's just spitting out blocks, and I love this. I love this little thing. But yeah, all you gotta do, droppers are kind of your best friend here in this scenario. I could see this kind of being really helpful, especially with mass production type of blocks or auto farms. Let's say you need a lot of stone brick. This right here is going to be helpful. Lots of redstone components can now be crafted automatically, which is nice. Creeper farms hooked up to sugarcane farms, those are going to be sick. There's lots of cool ways you can make this work, and I'm excited to see how the community uses it. There were 18 new bug fixes along with some technical changes. If you're interested in those, I left a link down in the description below the like and subscribe button where you can check those out. But that's all from me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in another one. Let me know what you thought of the Auto Crafter with a comment down below, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye, everybody.